Oracle. What should they call her? What should they call her? Oracle. What's good, everybody? I'm going to give it a second. I'm going to let TikTok in and we're going to get started. Okay. Hi, my loves. Give everybody a minute. What's good, Mel? Let me put my damn glasses on. I always sit down here and then can't see shit. What's good, Jennifer Boyd? Hey, 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 hey. Hey, everybody coming in. What's good, Earth Angel? This shit's so terrible. Hey, everybody. All right. So I hope everybody's having a good day. What's good? Entertain me. I hope everybody is weak. You know, it's Monday, right? And we're going to get after it. Now, before we get started, I just want to talk about how this week is going to be. You're going to feel some things. Okay. Tomorrow we got Uranus coming out of it's retrograde and it's finally going to station direct, and then it's got to walk its happy ass over to Gemini, which won't happen until the end of April, until we go into Empress season. There's a lot going on, and energetically, I'm sure you can feel both motivated and maybe a little overwhelmed. This could come in shifts. Okay, so just be mindful and think of things that maybe you have left undone, right? If you feel antsy, if you feel like you don't, like the anxiety is getting to you, rather than sitting in that, create a list of things that's outstanding, One could be like, oh, I got to clean out that closet. There's a stack of mail. I got to return phone calls. I need to pay a certain amount of bills, whatever they are. Start putting them on a list. Why? Because when your nervous system starts to deregulate itself, rather than starting to stress the fuck out, get something on the list done. Saturn loves this. You are using the energy and redirecting it in a useful way. Okay? And this will really, I promise you, I have been practicing this for a few weeks now, and I find it to work. I find it to work. Okay? What's good, Enterprise? It really fucking works. Right? So whenever you get anxious, if you have a list of shit that you need to get done, right? Put some larger things in there and some smaller things. Smaller things. I got to go through the stack of mail. What's good, Jarrell? I got to look through the stack of mail. Larger thing. I need to clean out the closet. That's for when you're super wound up. That's for when you're super, maybe angry or whatever, because it'll give you a larger thing to keep your mind busy. Okay. The nervous system, it's super important right now that we are being mindful and redirecting that frequency. And with Saturn, I feel like this is going to be a good signal. Thank you for the love, my love. This will be a good signal to the divine that you're about that life, that you're willing to get after it, and you're willing to put the work in to become the alchemist. Okay? Because the alchemist understands that there's no bad energy. I'm going to say that again. The alchemist understands there's no bad energy. So even when negative things happen, we take that frequency and we use it somewhere else. What's good, Patience? Okay. So I just want to emphasize that. If you're having trouble with anxiety, that's what you do. I take it a step further. My sleep schedule's fucked up right now, right? And instead of trying to force myself and fight myself to sleep, if there's research I got to do and I woke up at a certain hour, I just do it then. Why? That shit will put me to sleep, right? You know what I'm saying? Make the list of things that are outstanding and then use your frequency accordingly. Okay. So, happy birthday, Aquarius. We're going to get a general energy for the collective. And then from there, we will go into the elements. Okay, so let's get a collective energy first. Spirit, can you show me for the collective, please? What do they need to know for the collective? What does the collective need to know right now, please? What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know right now? What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? Mama Kia. Number 35 reduces to 8. Mandela of the moon. Spirit says something that's happening right now. What's today? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's the 2-2 portal. And I said I was going to come on the 2-2 portals and I was going to do readings. So here we are. Okay. Something, and I said at the beginning of the year that this year portal dates were going to be very important. So we did a 1-1. Now it's 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, right? Spirit was saying 8-8, the Lion's Gate. And this year, the South Node will be in South Node will be in Leo at that time. What's good, Miss Lotus Wisdom? Okay. So there is, thank you guys for the love. Hey, everybody coming in. Thank you, Minnie. Okay. So what I'm saying is, number two, I feel like will be in the office by the time 8-8. And if I'm not mistaken, he has some very strong Leo placements. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say about that. But let's read this. Spirit message for everybody. Number 35, Mama Kia. It's about to be a hell of a party. Mandela of the moon. I, the lunar mother, bring you my mandala of the moon to manifest through the law of magnetic attraction. My mandala is the sacred portal through which your dreams, intentions, and visions shall pass into the wholeness of being from the realm of inspiration in the world of form on earth. There is no need for doubt or concern, for even the appearance of delay signifies that the divine feminine mystery is at work, with timing unfolding according to a higher loving wisdom. Trust that falling away is meant to be. Have faith in new divine works being born. Okay, so I feel like I've been seeing the last couple of days people talking about having a newfound hope, that they're seeing the spirit. What's good, sweetness? That they're seeing the spirit of rebellion, that they're seeing the spirit of freedom raising itself, right? I feel like from now until, the rest of this week is going to be a lot. Watch out for Super Bowl Sunday. Watch out for, somebody would like to disrupt a performance, and there could be a tip that is made, kind of like there was a movie that what's his name? It was, what the fuck is his name? He played in Die Hard. Why the fuck can't I think of his name? He's kind of old right now. Anybody know who I'm talking about? What's Good Sunshine is my therapy. The hell is his name? Anyway, Bruce Willis. Thank you. Bruce Willis did a movie about being at a game, like a football game. Do you remember that movie? Where there was an incident and he had to stop the incident. Well, let's say that this would be a fake incident and this would be a phone call to try to disrupt something. The halftime, so just watch out about that. Feel like we will not see that. We will hear that there were fake calls made. I feel like we're going to hear about that. Okay, so let's read the prayer. I honor the creative magnetism and loving power of attraction within me that calls into my life all good things for all good purposes. What is not meant for me, I release with trust, and what is intended for me, I embrace with joy. I have been given the free will to create whatever I choose, with the understanding that spiritual responsibility for all my creations rests with me. I ask unconditionally loving and merciful Divine Mother to guide me from the heart so that all my creations bring her pleasure and fulfill my soul. With gratitude, so be it, right? And, I was doing a collective reading for my private group yesterday, and, we touched on like this concept of being punished later or heaven, right? And the spiritual responsibility is very much Saturnian energy. And I feel like this year we are definitely going to be met with the energy that we exude. So be mindful of that. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with the air signs. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Okay. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are going to go first. I feel like there is an excitable energy, and I feel like people are, kind of fluctuating between anxiety and magnetism, or anxiety and feeling empowered. And I feel like that has been what was causing us to be afraid at first, or to feel anxiety, because it was like being a deer in the headlights. But I feel like even though certain things are being suppressed, Hope springs eternal, and we're starting to see it. Okay, I feel like the tide has begun turning. All right, let's see what the blockage is going to be for the air signs. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I feel like there is kind of excitability. For those of you who already started a new assignment, I feel like you're feeling forward motion, although there's still like a thing of like getting used to the newness of something. For others of you that, frankly, you may have stayed at a table too long, or at a job too long, or in a situation too long. You're about to, you could probably feel this because you might feel overtired. Okay, this feeling overly tired has to do with the draining of a situation. Spirit, can you show me what is the blockage for my air signs? You got official person, thoughts, family room. Anything else from this deck for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Message of concern, choice, gift. So, okay. Some of you are getting clarity about the type of relationship you want or don't want, and you're making choices accordingly. Okay, you could have been thinking about this for quite some time. Okay, some of you could be, moving back home, buying a home. What's good, Chance? I'm glad you caught the live too, right? So this could be moving back home, buying a house, solidifying a relationship, entering an engagement, anything that it's like a decision about what you want to be, who you want to be with, right? And it could be through something that you came into knowledge in the last 3 to 6 months about a realization, a choice. You could look at it, it could have put you in a struggle, some choices. Let's say this is not a romantic relationship. This could be a roommate situation. This could have been a job, whatever, something that you recognize now. And by overstaying in a situation, I feel like you went through a hardship. Okay, for those of you that moved accordingly when you first felt the shift, you probably fared better, although there could have been some financial touch and go situations. Okay, for those of you that overstood a situation, somebody so I do the readings for people coming in, but they have to be a follower and it has to be at the end of the reading. So absolutely stick around. I feel like what's going on here, there could have been clarity about how somebody moves or what they weren't willing to do, and you might have found that out like the hard way for overstaying. And then on top of that, whether this is a boss, a relationship, whatever, they're gonna feel almost like in disbelief because you stood so many times for so long, right? So they almost won't believe you at first. I'm just gonna put that out there so you know. All right, Spirit, can we get some tarot for my air signs, please? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Can you show me, please, what they need to know right now, please? High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. There was some information that you either was hidden or you've been silent about some information that came to light to you. Okay. The world is in reverse. So it ain't over till the fat lady sings or something like that. You got the sun. Outstanding. Girl, you knocked me out. Right? Hierophant, Six of Cups. Exciting. And the Six of Wands. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, there could be a reunion that is happening with somebody from the past. Okay, for others of you, let's say you separated from your partner. You've been together for a long time. You moved out. They moved out. You spent 6 months apart. You're recognizing that, that's not what you guys want. For others of you, there could be, together 15 years, and then you're just like, this isn't really working anymore, right? And then for one particular person, I got something about a reunion, like let's say a high school reunion, a college reunion, running into somebody. Okay. Spirit says, make sure that it's not just like endorphins. Okay. Let's, right? Because you feel like youthful again, right? Like in reality, you don't know that person in that way anymore. You would have to get to know them. It's not saying that you can't, just saying that you shouldn't base it off of one evening. Okay. Look at that. Page of Wands, which usually is something that could have been thought out better. Okay. So the world is here in reverse. Thank you for the love, my love. The world is here in reverse. Spirit, why is this world here in reverse, please? Why is the world here in reverse for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, North Node, okay? Father of Knives, there it is. So that is you guys' king at the bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of yous, like I said, I'm going to put it in the way of a job. Let's say you stayed at a job too long. They weren't paying you the money. You just, whether they let you go or you decided to leave. You could have went through a hard time now, but it feels like it's turning. Like now you're realizing, it's not over. I have other opportunities. I actually stayed there too long. I have opportunities to actually make more money. I was just used to that. And I was afraid to change that. And while I was in the frequency of being afraid to change that, money wasn't coming because I was repelling. Law of resonance, right? Spirit, the sun. Spirit, why is this here for my air signs? But something has come to light, okay? The sun with the Ace of Swords, Six of Baskets, okay? And this could be about an inner truth or like something coming to a realization. And then you like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like, this isn't even who I am. It's almost like something clicks and you're like, oh, I forgot who I was for a fucking second, right? Knight of Pentacles. So although there's something that maybe you were unsure about taking on, or maybe it feels overwhelming in some sense, you're actually doing it slowly but surely. High Priestess. Okay. Also, I feel like your ancestors might be whispering in your ear a little. You're probably getting a lot of synchronicities that is kind of pointing in the same direction or leading to the same conclusion, right? That it's time for a change. There goes the Ace of Pentacles as well, and the Seven of Baskets. It's like you're not sure about how to do something, or if you should do something, or when you should do something. But you know that something has to be done. Now, for some of you, you've done it already. And now you're kind of like walking a tight line. Like, okay, let's say a tightrope. You get out on a tightrope. There's a point where you've gone out too far that you can't really turn around. You have to finish it out, right? So although you may not know how it's going to be, you know that there's no going back. That's it. Hierophant, Spirit. I feel like those, yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay, so for I do take people's personal questions, but it is at the end of the live, okay, from followers, okay? So with the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant, for some people, let's say, you know, it was a long-term relationship and you've been together for 15 years, you break up, we need space, I'm gonna get an apartment, blah, 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 right? You get the apartment. Now, you know, the dating game isn't what you thought it would be, or they thought it would be, or this thing about learning a new person and all that shit, right? Like, I thought that something didn't make me happy anymore, but I realize now Hierophant can be the husband card. That what makes me happy is my family. That's what makes me happy, okay? For some people, right? Or they're deciding what family looks like. Who's my family? Right? The reverse could be true. Like, I've been with this person for 15 years, and yet when something happens, they're not the first person I run to. I love the name Spooky Bitch. I love it. You know, it's like a realization, like, this ain't even like, I've been with this person all these years, and you know, they're not even the first person I reach out to. Okay, so just think of it like that. Okay, 6 of Cups is here. So like I said, I do personal questions, but it is at the end. Okay, so 6 of Cups is here with the Mother of Sticks. You're getting your magnetism back, air signs, that's for sure. Okay, and because of that, because of like stepping into something, because of being accepting that whatever it is or what it used to look like can't be that anymore, and you have to reinvent that, right? You have to step out in a new direction. That is like lighting your fire. Okay, and then you have the 6 of Wands here. Okay, 6 of Wands with the Big Mama, which is the Sun. So something in this situation and in this lesson that you are learning or you're experiencing or that you just went through and that you're coming out of, I feel like, first off, not all healing is done in the sun. Probably people don't know all that you have had to do to get to where you are, and how many times you've had to be the butterfly to reinvent yourself. Okay, I take personal questions, but it's at the end. Okay, I also feel like some of you could have wanted, or somebody around you, like, let's say somebody was like, well, I just need to, you know, have time to myself or whatever, right? They could find out, like I said, that dating is not what it's cracked up to be, right? And that they don't want to win in that way, or they don't want the attention, or the attention wasn't the point, right? I also say that when we make decisions There are certain decisions that there's no parade for. Okay? That we don't have a cheering section that's telling us that we're doing a great job. Okay? I feel like this is something that you've been going through, that you're like finishing up with, and you're recognizing something about doing it alone, or trusting in yourself, or trusting your inner truth, or something like that. Okay, we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Why is that, Spirit? With the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Hangman. Okay, so I actually like this. I feel like this Two of Cups here, you're coming into alignment with yourself, with your higher self, with what it is you want to resonate with, what type of people, what type of situations, like really getting a grasp on that. Okay, what love looks like for you, what it should feel like, what you want to be in love with, whether that's work, relationships, what you want to be in resonance with, right? And then you have Aquarius card. Hey, Aquarius season, right? This is, getting another perspective. Something that felt like a punishment turned out to be a blessing. And the only way you were able to discern that was by being in hermit mode. Some of you are still there, okay? Four of Knives. So what felt like an obstacle was really an opportunity to heal, okay? That's what I have for my air signs. So that means water is next. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, pull up. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, pull up. Spirit, can you show me what is it? No, I didn't do fire yet. You're welcome. They'll be next, actually, I think, right? Water. Yeah, they'll be next. Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know right now? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node, please. What do they need to know? You have unexpected income, bad health, toil and labor, mature woman, lovers, and sudden wealth. At the bottom of the deck is poverty. Something's about to go your way, but as it does, you got to let something go that you've been holding on to for too long. Now, this could be a relationship, but something is dying off, needs to be retired, needs to be let go of. Okay? Has something to do with whatever's in your Pisces house, okay? But it's like you were trying to work on reviving something, keeping something alive, okay? There was a lesson that needed to be learned in this situation, and a choice is being made. I feel like if you make the right choice, it brings you some type of abundance. And it could come right on time. This could be a blessing from Spirit. It could look like your taxes, but I feel like, it feels like some loot might, give me the loot, give me the loot. Feels like it feels like some money is coming, but it could be on the back of a decision that you didn't want to make. Okay. What's good, Caramel, right? Happy Monday. So for instance, let's say it was a separation. You fought like hell. You're like, I'm so afraid. If we separate, will I be able to financially make it? Right? And then, finally the shit falls to shit. You end up separating. And then somebody hits you up with a job that is in the hours that you need, work from home. You don't even got to spend gas money, right? The person says they're going to give you a certain amount of months rent, whatever. The whole situation plays out almost narrated perfectly for your needs. And all you had to do was let go. Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it that Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio need to know? So something you're terrified of doing alone or something like that. I do take personal questions, but it is at the end, and you have to be a follower. It's like you want it so bad not to have to do something, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Something that scared you. Something that you felt was maybe that you wouldn't be able to do. Look at the Nine of Pentacles right at the bottom of the deck, right? And I feel like because you finally surrender to the pressures of Saturn, surrender, Ten of Cups is out here first, surrender to the fear, right? You have nothing to fear but fear itself, right? Once you surrender to that Hierophant, hope and faith, right? That's when things turn around for you. Seven of Swords cross. You have to be completely honest with yourself, okay? Don't sugarcoat shit. Well, you know, this person, well, I didn't really mean that, and that's not what I meant for them. Listen. Everybody's out here pretty much reading energy at this point. We're in a different timeline. So whether you say the shit or you don't say the shit, they feel that shit. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. So let's, even when words are not exchanged, if we're going to go into this awakening, right? And if you are an awakened one, that means that you call other awakened people to you, right? So now you've called these awakened people to you, then don't try to blow smoke up their ass and tell them that everything is fine when energetically they can feel that shit. Okay? Energetically, they can tell whether you know what I'm saying? So if we could just get to the point much faster with a lot of less hard feelings. Spirit, can you show me, please? What is it? I take questions at the end. At the end, okay? And you must be a follower, okay? Spirit, why is the Ten of Cups here? For Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please. Can you show me? Three of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Ten of Baskets. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, you got the Ten of Cups with the Three of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay? Something is sprouting for you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For some of you, there's an opportunity to have a larger family, more people, right? Hierophant, Spirit, can you show me, please? Thank you, guys. Everybody coming in, thank you for the love. I do personal questions, but I do them at the end, okay? Hierophant is here with the Five of Sticks. Listen, water signs, you got a situation going on here that friction is to make you decide whether or not something brings you happiness. And this could be you taking this account in every fucking relationship that you have. Hey, Queen, right? So this could be like at work. Does this place make me happy? You know, in my friendships. Okay, so I've known these women or men for 15 years, but when I'm around them, do I feel like I learned something? Do they inspire me? Do I inspire them? Right? Same thing with the relationship, family. You could really be taking stock, right? About also what brings conflict. And what conflicts have you been married to for too long? Hello. Right? And like I said, there's an opportunity, and it takes you to let go of something you've been holding on to. Okay? And you might find after you let go, like, oh shit, right? Eight of wands, right? And then the Hierophant again. So hope and faith, right? So you got the 7 of swords here coming out cross. This is the when I said to you, don't be dishonest about something you feel, right? 7 of swords, Mother of sticks, and the Father, 2 of coins, and the Mother of sticks. I mean, and the Father of coins, right? So there could be a deception that you learned about. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Let's say you've been in a relationship for 7 years. In this 7-year relationship, there have been instances where you know that your partner did something. You might not know the full capacity of it, but you know they did something that is out of bounds of what should be done in a relationship. Right? You could confront them. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But rather than making a hard decision, what you do is you go tit for tat. Or you go ghost, or you go on vacation. Oh, they did something to me, so I'm gonna, do something to them, or I'm gonna make them have to go over and above and beyond to get my attention in some way. Okay. I do personal questions, but it is at the end, right? And this could be Spirit asking you, like, do you really want to stay in a relationship? Is it really making you happy? Okay. Or is this tit for tat thing something that you do because you don't want to have to, end something, or it's your way of getting back at them, but not having to make a decision, right? Right. For some of you could be in a new relationship that's healthy. And yet, when something comes up, you almost instinctually want to go back into the, like an old way that you used to go about something, maybe with somebody else. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, Spirit, why? 9 of Pentacles comes out with the 6 of Wands, right? So there's a reward here for standing, on your 10, for being independent, for, a judgment. This is Scorpio's card, right? That's something that's brought to you by Spirit. Like, once the decision is made, that you can't turn around either, right? Look, the Devil, facing one's fear, right? Ace of Sticks and the 3 of Baskets, right? And then there's something that happens that makes you passionate and makes you feel like more confident in your decision. But I feel like something over here, it's a little nerve-wracking for you. Okay, you've got the 8 of Swords here. See, this is like the overthinking or prison of their own making. For some of you, 8 of Swords is here. You were slow to make a decision about something. You could still be doing this. 6 of Baskets, okay? For some of you, it's like a relationship straight out of high school you've been in your whole life or something, right? And the Ace of Swords and the 4 of Sticks. And it feels like this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio learning about what really makes them happy, what's really important, what's really their strengths are, right? And you might have had to find that out through going without something, or having to release something that you thought was more important in here. Who we on? We're on water right now. Okay. So I feel like we're going to clarify this Mother of Baskets, which is you. But I feel like you are coming into some kind of something scared the shit out of you. Something scared the shit out of you. Yeah, you were, this is what was on the bottom of one deck, and this is your queen on the other. Right? And the ancestors are standing behind you, right? And some of y'all could have actually lost a person not too long ago. That could have been like the catalyst to unraveling something. And, you know, let's say you were in a bad relationship. You could have let that go, let's say a year ago even, right? But it's the shedding of what you held on to it that was untrue. Seven of Swords crossed. Once you allowed yourself to shed that, it's like the new beginning is here. Okay, that's what I have for water signs. Fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, pull up. Let's see what your blockage is. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys. Hi, guys. I will take some questions, but it's going to be at the end. You must be a follower. Spirit, show me. Great fortune cross. Fire signs. Your money could be funny right now. Okay. Bad health, right? Pockets on lint, right? And you could be working harder than the dog. She works hard for money, right? Lovers in the past, torn between two lovers, right? There were some bad choices here. I feel like you gave to somebody that wasn't worth giving to. Okay, mature man cross. I feel like this person could have been of a mature age, but not a mature mind. Okay. And then you have mature woman. Okay, stand up, right? So it's like you had to get out from under that table or whatever. I feel like you were holding up this other person, but they weren't holding you up. I feel like a situation happened and then you end up having to walk away from something. I feel like when you walked away from somebody, you found out who was there, who wasn't supposed to be there. I feel like when you also found that out, that made you have to go through a season of shedding, okay? Shedding memories. Memories don't live like people do, right? This could have even been like staying with other people, right? They could have fucked you up financially, right? They could have, like, let's say they were covering the light bill. You had all the rest of the bill. They making it like they doing something, right? Then you come to find out, right, that you got $1,400 on the light bill. They ain't paid in 6 months, right? Some crazy shit. Okay, I feel like there's some kind of cascade of events, but it feels like Spirit was trying to show you, not only through this situation, other situations as well, that you were like feeding the wrong people or watering the wrong situations. Okay, let's get you guys some tarot. Let's get you guys some tarot. Spirit, can you show me for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Can you show me, please, what is it that they need to know? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. Most important messages, please. Can you tell me what is it that they need to know right now, please? Emperor, you see, listen. What you're going through right now, or what you're lifting yourself up out of, what you're completing, because I feel like this situation could have been like even from like August on. I feel like it's been several months. I feel like it feels like you might have went past the first stop sign when they told you stop feeding the situation, but you're dedicated, right? So feel like you went past the first stop sign. But then after that, like in for a pound, in for a penny, and then the roll in, right? So it kind of took on a life of its own. And once you put the brakes on something, like a good amount of damage was done, okay? So I do take personal questions, but you need to wait towards the end, okay? What's good, Pink Petal Mystic? Okay, Spirit, can you show me what is it that the fire signs need to know right now, please? You got the 10 of Pentacles coming your way, okay? With the Tower, okay? I feel like, usually the Tower is a bad sign, but I feel like you already went through that, okay? And now you're waiting for the breakthrough to turn the corner. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Listen, you got the 10 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Chariot, which means it's gonna come in fast. Okay. Hey, my love. Okay, you got the Queen of Pentacles here, and you got the Four of Cups. Okay, this could also be due to like an entrepreneurial business that you started or something like that. You could be also considering starting, your own business. Four of Cups here. All right, there's something that you're not sure about. You could have like limiting beliefs that you need to get past. Okay, and the Three of Pentacles. This could also be about a relationship. Now, listen, if it's a relationship, Spirit wants you to learn some lessons from the past, okay? And stop investing so soon. Let others invest in you. That allows the universe to see that you have received the lesson, because if not, you're going to go through the shit again. Thank you for the follow, okay? The devil here, right? And the Ace of Wands, right? So this could be waiting to turn the corner, right? Yeah, right? So in the waiting to turn the corner on a situation and the energy to switch, right? And let's say somebody or an opportunity extends its hand, but it extends its hand with conditions, or you feel like you got to jump through hoops. That ain't the situation. I feel like that's part of the lesson that Spirit's trying to say, like, because it feels like you had to do too much to try to do something or be with somebody or whatever, and that in itself like was the lesson. Okay, so let's get some clarity on these cards. We got the 10 of Pentacles here. I feel like the money is going to turn around, but it's going to be shocking, and it has a lot to do with Saturn going back into Aries. Did you finish learning something or not? Or not? All right, 10 of Pentacles, Spirit. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here for my fire signs? Thank you guys for the love. I greatly appreciate you. Spirit, why is the 10 of Pentacles here for, look, Four of Wands? Okay, this could have had something to do with where you live or who you lived with, all right? They could have left you with the fucking bills, right? You got the 10 of Pentacles and then them bones, okay? So I feel like you probably make a fair money, okay? I feel like it was the judgment. It was the judgment. Okay. And I don't necessarily want to call it bad judgment. I feel like you were just being caring, but over giving. And that could have ended you up in a situation where somebody felt that they were more important because you made them a priority before yourself. Okay. So the Tower is here. Spirit, why? The Tower comes out with the Eight of Knives. You learn your lesson or nah? I feel like there's a little test coming right before your breakthrough. This test is going to look like a safety harbor, right? And then remember, what is yours will not pass you by. If you have to jump through hoops, is it yours? Chariot. Chariot. With the 10 of coins. You see how that money's supposed to come? Because when it comes and it's got your name on it, it's coming in fast. 8 of Wands, also moving fast, all fire, right? Queen of Pentacles, Spirit, why? With the 4 coins, right? So you don't have to necessarily do too much. You don't gotta Spirit is actually telling you to hold back a little. Don't overinvest. Maybe that's been the problem, that you have gone above and beyond before you know people are willing to do that for you. 4 of Cups is here, okay? Spirit says that has to do with worthiness, okay? Railroad, the Chariot here cross, 4 Cups, railroad, and then the 3 of Knives, right? Because what you need to have is more discernment about who you're willing to invest in and the reasons why. Are you investing in them because they've shown themselves to be worthy? Or are you investing in them because partially you feel like your investment in them shows them that you are worthy? And if that's the case, that's a slippery slope. Second time seeing the Chariot today. Okay, that's a slippery slope. If you feel like you have to invest in them for them to take notice of your worth, you're at the wrong table. You're at the wrong offer. Okay, you're already going above and beyond. And that has to do with how you see yourself and what you think about, you bring about. What you resonate with, that is what you are in resonance with. And that's what you will magnify in your life. So Spirit is telling you to use some discernment and not repeat cycles of overgiving, because it's not validating whether something is yours. It's validating what you think your worth is in situations. So think about that before you feel the need to give to somebody. Okay. Not saying you shouldn't be generous. I'm saying you need to look at why. Okay. That's what I have for my fire signs. Earth signs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node was good. Let me see what you got. Spirit, can you show me what is the blockage for my earth signs, please? What's the blockage for my earth signs? Hey, Jessica. So we got here marriage in reverse. Okay. You're welcome. We have message in the upright. Okay. We have unexpected income in reverse. Anything else from this deck? Thief and false person. Okay. Already getting the energy of jealousy. Okay. Pathway. Okay. For some of you could have got out of a relationship, okay? Or breaking a contract, okay? Completing a contract, okay? Now, there could be an agreement. Let's say you're going through a divorce, a settlement, inheritance, whatever, right? Or even like, thank you, my love, or even waiting for like your income tax check, whatever. There could be a little delay or something. Okay? Now, for some of you left a relationship because somebody was a false person. What's good, Philly Renee? Hi, honey. Right? Because somebody was a false person. But for others of you, somebody is super jealous of you because of what you have or what you do or how you do it. It feels very much like coveting what you have, but they may only want what you have because you have it. In other words, like, let's say you have a nice car. They only want that car because you have that car. It's not like they want the car, okay? Same thing with the relationship, the job, right? They could really want your aura, but can't put that in words, okay? So thank you, my love. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Greatly appreciate you, Patience, right? So there could be something where they're envious, okay? Spirit, why is this? Yeah, 5 of Swords, okay? So this could be, let's say you're in a relationship. This person could say, well, if I was them, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship because, that's why I like my freedom or whatever, right? Or they could be talking shit on your relationship. It doesn't matter. It feels like this person, right? Meanwhile, you could be thinking like they have everything, like they have a great career, they have a beautiful apartment, whatever, right? Message. Spirit, why is this here? With the Chariot crossed, okay? You could have asked yourself, like, what is this person's problem? Like, I got the funniest vibes off of so-and-so last time I saw them. Like, thank you for the gift, my love. Like, they be doing the most. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I thought everything was cool, right? 10 of Swords. You could feel very, like, put off by this person. Okay? Unexpected income in reverse. Six of Swords with the Three of Pentacles. Listen, earth signs, for a lot of yous, you have an opportunity towards a relationship, a job, something, things that you've built for yourself. There is someone here could be from your past. And this person could have as much as you or more. Okay, but earth signs are very grounded and they know how to plant a seed and to water it and nourish growth. So sometimes they can do a lot with a little. And they're okay with that level of progress and they will build that over time. Okay? I do readings and I do them at the end, okay? And if you're interested in like private stuff, you can find the link in the bio, okay? But I do them at the end. I'm almost done with all of the elements, okay? And my Cash App is there. If you want to do that, you can, and I will take you first. Okay? Thief card is here. Hierophant, Four of Swords, and the Moon. Somebody really covets what you have. Okay? Somebody really covets what you have secretly. They want to know why it seems to them like you have everything, earth signs, and probably you don't feel that way. Okay? You probably have gone through many things in your life with the Ten of Swords. It feels like you're a little baffled, like what the fuck this person's problem is, actually. Okay? I feel like you're pulling back. Okay, here's Virgo's card. because you're feeling the energy of something, but it's like you don't understand what this person's problem is. False person, what is this? It is your aesthetic, babes. It is your, it just gives them anxiety. They could have been in competition with you for some time. It is your energy, your peacefulness, okay, that is unnerving, okay. Patience. I also feel like everything works out for you. Okay, I feel like this person smiles in your face, okay, but you feel something, okay. You feel like they watch you and like they good day, my love. And that not only are they watching you, but it's like you can feel their energy, their frequency coming off of them. Okay, Hangman is here. Okay, and I feel like you don't know necessarily what it is, but you know you gotta like step back. There goes the world. Okay, I feel like you are in the season of wanting to feel healthy energy, okay. And the Magician here, like you're paying attention to what you permit in your frequency, because it affects your ability to alchemize, okay. Your inner high priestess is here. Death and transformation. You are willing to let go. It's like and I love that for you, and I'm an earth sign too, so I love that for fucking us, right? It feels like you are really willing. You have to wait to the end. I'm almost done. Yes, but you can send it. You'll be first. Okay, but it's like you are recognizing here that you don't necessarily need to know the reason why somebody's acting funny. You don't need to know the reason why you're no longer in alignment with somebody. It's like maybe when you were younger, you would have been saying, but why is that? But why does this person not? It's like you're like, nah, I'm good. Matter of fact, no explanation needed. Most important thing to me is my frequency, and just feeling your frequency off is good enough for me. Okay, I feel like this person could even try to double back and be like, deny. Okay, you have to look in the bio. Please allow me to finish. Okay. It feels like you don't want to be around people. Right? Somebody could be trying to convince you that that's not the case. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't have a problem. You're like, listen, you don't even have to express that. Like, your energy is loud as hell. Okay? Okay? So that's what I have it. Okay? That's what I have, my love. That is for earth signs. All right. Nicole, you have like a second to go first if you send your payment now. I'll give you a moment. What do I have to do to hear what I am trying to be told? Give me 1 second. I'm going to let you load up, and I will answer Patience' question. So, Patience, what Spirit says here is that you come when you don't understand something, when you don't have enough of something, when you need a better, when you're looking for answers. Okay. And when you're at a crossroads and the 8 of baskets, so you got an 8 out here. Okay. So I feel like what's happening here is that your ancestors want to hear from you more regularly, not just when there's an issue. B, the reason why they say that is because when they send you signs, you don't know what they're talking about, because you really haven't concentrated on how the communication works between the two of you, if that makes sense. And so you need to start doing that more frequently and more evenly, and then you will start to understand. Signs and symbols will become more clear over time. Okay, that's what I have for you, patience. Okay, all right. Y'all can drop the questions. I'll take 3 from either side. Let's make it happen, because I gotta cook. So you have to be a follower for me to answer a question, okay? You must be a follower. Okay, celebrity, I see your question. Will Tammy come back and pay me the money? Let's see. Spirit. No. If she comes back, it will be about an argument or something, a disagreement, and how the conversation will go something like, well, you know, I did so many things, so I don't understand why you would even think that. And, you know, I thought you were going to say something else, or you see, I knew that's what you were going to say. The Tower and them bones. Okay. So they will make a situation. Okay. I feel like also, if you try to, I don't know if you guys are in the same circle, but they'll just try to drag your name. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and forth between the two channels. So give me a second. Okay. Pink, what does Divine have to say about my dream yesterday? So I feel like there was a message in it, Pink Petal Magic, a mystic, okay, about something that maybe you have to take initiation on, but you're not sure about that. Okay, you may feel torn or argued with yourself, or you may feel like it could lead to an argument with somebody else. Okay, there could be either little effort or an apology. Okay. And you could feel this could be something from your childhood or born in your childhood. Doesn't necessarily mean that it has to do with a family member. It could be, but it feels more like it's bringing up something that you've struggled with your whole life, and it's about you like dealing with something, even though it might have seemed in one way to be representing something else. The 10 of Swords is here, and the 6 of Baskets. So whatever the dream was about, it's about you looking at an event or examining an event in a different light, so that you can have the opportunity to heal something, okay, and become the Empress. Okay, and this may you may have to use your your throat chakra, and you could be questioning whether there's anything to be gained out of it, because you could be thinking like, well, what will this person respond? But spirit is saying it was never about them. And are you still worried about outside when they're trying to show you like something that will set you free or give you something? What the fuck does that have to do with them? Like something like that. They're like, don't miss the forest for the trees or something. Okay. That's what I got for you. Okay. Let's see. Celebrity. Will I own a house this year? I like that one. I will take you next, Carmel. You're welcome, honey. I don't know if they use symbolism in your dream, but they want you to look at something. Spirit, can you show me, please? Will celebrity own a property? So I feel like you lay the groundwork this year, okay? 8 of coins, ace of knives. It feels like you know, if there's any credit bumps or whatever, you're going to find that out, okay? You're going to fix those, okay? You're going to be well on your way. Knight of Wands. There's a lot to learn about the process. I feel like once you start learning the process, you're going to be like, oh, I need to do X, Y, and Z and get that in order, right? Then once you do that, that's when things will start to move. Okay. While you're doing that, I don't know if there's a fire sign of importance, but it could lower your frequency a little bit. You're like, oh, this is a lot of shit. I wasn't expecting all of that. Right. You could feel conflicted. Okay. But I feel like, and you might even have to, make some decisions about finances and what's more important now and more important later. I'll give you a quick and then I'm off, right? To the next question. When I first started looking at buying houses, I was 34, okay, 34 years old, right? And I got overwhelmed when I first started learning the process, right? And so I stopped, right? And I'm glad I actually stopped, because that year, you know, I went through a very serious loss of someone that was close to me. Now, I came back to buy a house when I was 37, but thank God I hadn't bought it right at that moment, because it would have been a lot for me. You understand? So it all happened for a reason. I was supposed to educate myself first, right? And get a better understanding and be ready. So I feel like what you're going to be, I feel like 2028 is really standing out to me. I feel like 2026 is going to be about getting everything in order. I feel like you actually put something on a house in 2027, and that could be towards the end of the year, and then closing takes a little bit, right? But I feel like this also could be in a different area than you first thought of. And that's what I have for you. Okay. Is online school the answer to bringing my daughter to Jamaica with me when I'm on leave for work? I don't know if she's dating somebody, or she could say she doesn't want to go. I think that you're going to go through some issues because you may have to structure a situation where she can stay with somebody else, and that could be difficult for you. And maybe it's the father, but the father was upside down. And I feel like your daughter is going to say, well, just let me go with my friends or something. You're going to struggle with that. But it's like, it's the 10-year-old. Yeah. And that's the difficult thing, right? Spirit said, you and I need to talk because there could be some problems about reentry. And so we need to talk. Okay. Send me a message. Okay. Send me a message. I feel like that needs a little bit of a more look at. Okay. Alicia, send me a message. Okay. And that really still could be the same answer. That really could be like, staying with a classmate and something like that. And that makes you very nervous. I feel like it's something like that. Okay. Okay. It might be something that needs to be structured because it's not just about what you got going on, I feel. Okay. Shazzy, let's see. Okay. Shalexa. I'm saying it fucking wrong. Sorry. Will Tyson reach out to me? It's also that, listen, I got these readers on, but the screen is a little far. And I'm trying not to squint because squinting ain't good. It causes fucking wrinkles and shit. This person plays back and forth with you. 1 minute they're hot, the next minute they're cold, okay? They're aloof. It's a game. Okay, it's to pull you in, pull you out, right? They're playing fucking games with you. Okay, 8 of Cups cross. Okay, Spirit said stop. You're undercutting yourself. Okay, that you don't see yourself as the prize, right? And if you really treated this person the way they should be treated, they would be in shock. Like they would be trying much harder, because what it is that you make it so simple they don't have to try. Okay. And I know right now you feel that this relationship is super important, but you've been undercutting yourself for way too long. Okay. Spirit says that you're the Empress and that you're not going to get past this until you recognize, right, that you're filling other people's cup. Okay. And, you need better judgment because they're peeling away from you, your frequency. Okay. And then they leave and then they come back what they want. They give you some bullshit ass, fake ass story and apology that's not even apology, and come with some Chinese food or something, like fuck that, okay? And then the 9 of Cups, okay? And then you're going to be super happy because they're back. And then the 6 of Swords, they just fucking move the fuck on. It's time to block and mean it, okay? Okay? You know how you become unforgettable? You stop giving. Okay, celebrity, I only answer 1 question per person. Okay? Yes, I know you really like him a lot. And how has that gone for you? And is he pouring into you? Because right now, what Spirit is saying is that you're giving to a situation, expecting it to grow. Like, well, if I just give some more, then maybe they'll see how much I like them. And that is not going to happen. You understand? Yes, because he's only pouring enough to make you stay. And he actually uses a avoidant attachment. So the more you try, the more he pulls away. Okay, and you're too beautiful for that. Spirit said that there will be somebody who'll be obsessed with you. Why are you so obsessed with me? Why are you dealing with this shit? Okay, that's what Spirit has for you. Okay, and that's what I have for you guys. I need to go cook for my family. So I'm going to do that. I do this every Monday. If you are interested in getting a reading from me, my link is in the bio. You can go to the link tree. Okay. And if you just want to catch me on a Monday on here or on YouTube, where you can go back and watch the readings live. Okay. Yeah, follow. Okay. Wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye. Bye, guys.